On my wrist today is the SPB153. It's an olive green Captain Willard that's just so much fun to wear. But today I want to show you a different Japanese watch, this one from Grand Seiko. It is the SBGX357, also known as the Skyflake. Now, this is the most affordable titanium offering in the Grand Seiko product catalog. This retails for $4,100. The next most affordable is $6,900, and that's the classic Snowflake. Now, this is one of the more affordable overall models from Grand Seiko, so it makes it an entry point into the brand, and I think it's very important that brands have awesome entry-level models, and this is one of those. It has a gorgeous snowflake texture dial done in baby blue. So this is called the Skyflake, meaning it's a snowflake texture, but you see more sky tones in it. And it is the first in titanium. It's not the first Skyflake. We have the SBGA 407, the SBGX 353, even an upcoming SBGX 361. But it's the first Skyflake in titanium, and it is one of the more affordable offerings. And so I think that's an important thing. Thanks to Exquisite Timepieces for lending in this watch for me to present. Exquisite is a family-owned AAD in Florida. They have 60 different brands. They have a huge selection of Grand Seiko, and they're the reason why I have access to so many awesome models to share with you. So if you're shopping Grand Seiko, I recommend you check out Exquisite. Now, Grand Seiko's stock image on their website is very misleading with this model. It looks like it's maybe placed in a bright, ever brilliant type of steel case, and it has a very, very textured dial. But in real life, that's just not the case. The metal does not look bright. It does not look desaturated like stainless steel. It's very much the classic darker hue of titanium. It's still beautifully finished. It still looks awesome on the wrist, but it's definitely that deeper gray tone, which really alters the overall look. The dial is also not quite as noticeable in person like it appears in the stock image. In real life, it's more muted. It really just looks like a baby blue dial with a subtle texture. But on Grand Seiko's website, it looks like whoever made that, that rendering, pulled up the clarity, pulled up the texture filters to make the watch look more dynamic. In real life, it's more muted. Very similar to the 407 in the fact that you don't notice the texture at first glance, but you notice it when you get closer or when you angle the watch just right. The only snowflake dialed Grand Seiko that I thought was pretty noticeable from arm's length was the 497, the limited edition pink snowflake. That one was absolutely incredible, so dynamic, such a cool color. If that one was done in steel, that would have been my perfect Grand Seiko, and I would have bought it and kept it. But just so you're aware, Grand Seiko's website makes this watch look quite different. In real life, it's still pretty, but it doesn't look like the website. Now, another thing about this one, it wears deceptively well if you have a larger wrist. Most 37 millimeter watches just look like a joke on my 7.3-inch wrist, but this one doesn't. In fact, this doesn't look out of place on my wrist. Would I personally prefer a 40 millimeter? Yes, but I can definitely pull off the 37, and I want to make note of that. Now, there's something else that I really appreciate about this watch. It's the fact that Grand Seiko did not place additional text on the dial just for tradition's sake. There's only the logo, and then there's the Japan designation down at the bottom portion of the dial. There's no model name, there's no movement style, there's no water resistance designation or power reserve designation. There's nothing else. Grand Seiko is allowing the star of this model, this dial texture and the details to really shine forth without traditional excessive dial text, and I respect that. Now, here's a question for you. One of my prior Grand Seiko purchases, the SBGP017, that one was a high accuracy quartz limited edition that had a display caseback. Very untraditional to be able to see the high accuracy quartz caliber inside. I thought it was really beautiful. When a watch has a beautiful movement, it's natural to want to look at it. When you spend thousands of dollars on a watch, I think it's also natural to want to see the movement because that's a large factor in why your watch is priced the way it is. So, that said, would you like to see Grand Seiko start putting display casebacks on watches like this Skyflake that have that 9F high accuracy quartz caliber inside? Do you want to see the gold tone varied striping that almost looks like it has stippling in it? Or the blued screws and the anglage? It's not the nicest anglage, but it's actually pretty decent for the price. Yes, the battery isn't that pretty to look at, but everything else about the movement is. Do you want to see that? And I want to make myself clear here. I don't want to see any old quartz movement, but on a 9F like this one, yeah, I would like to look at this through a clear case back. Let me know what you think about that. Lastly, I want to state that everything you've come to expect in a good Grand Seiko model is present on this new Skyflake. Very sharp applied markers, beautifully finished Dauphine style hands, a heat blued seconds hand, lovely case and bracelet finishing, a comfortable fit on the wrist, absolute accuracy when it comes to the movement, and an overall under the radar type of feel. The average person that notices this watch on your wrist, they see the word Seiko, they think you bought it at the local mall. They have no idea that it's a hand finished, handcrafted watch from Japan that's sitting at $4,100 full retail. So let me know what you think about this watch. I think it's nice to see another entry level option from Grand Seiko, especially one that's very strong. I think it's nice to see a more affordable, high intensity titanium offering, and it's nice to see the Skyflake dial again in a different model from Grand Seiko. Let me know your thoughts below. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you back for another watch video.